ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Good morning. Today's concept is ideal and non-ideal gases. So what is an ideal gas? A gas which obeys all gas laws or ideal gas equation at all conditions of pressure and temperature, we call it as ideal gas. A gas which obeys all gas laws or ideal gas equation at all conditions of pressure and temperature, we call it as ideal gas. Non-ideal gas, or you can say real gas. A gas which does not obey gas laws or ideal gas equation at all conditions of temperature and pressure, we call it as real gas. So it obeys at all conditions of pressure and temperature, it does not obey at all conditions of temperature and pressure. Now, there is no ideal gas. There is no ideal gas. Ideal gas is a theoretical concept. All gases are real gases. That means, if I take a gas, the gas under some conditions of pressure and temperature deviates from ideal behavior. A real gas deviates from ideal behavior under some conditions of pressure and temperature. To what extent it can deviate? A real gas deviates from ideal behavior. To what extent it can deviate can be explained by compressibility factor. We know that gases are compressible because between gas molecules there is plenty of empty space. The basic difference between a real gas and ideal gas is, while considering an ideal gas, we assume that there are no intermolecular forces of attraction, but in real gases there are intermolecular forces of attraction. How do you prove that? A gas can be converted into liquid with some difficulty. A gas can be converted into liquid. The basic difference between physical state of gas and liquid is intermolecular force of attraction. If I can bring the gas molecules together sufficiently close enough, then intermolecular forces predominate and slowly it can be converted into liquid. Right? A gas can be converted into liquid. A real gas can be liquefied. This is possible only if there exist intermolecular forces. But in case of ideal gas, we assume there are no intermolecular forces. Because of these intermolecular forces in real gases, under certain condition, they deviate from the ideal behavior. So the basic difference is, in ideal gas, there are no intermolecular forces, but in real gas, yes, there are intermolecular forces, because a real gas can be liquefied, it can be converted into liquid, indicating that there exist intermolecular forces of attraction. Right. Now, because of this, a real gas tends to deviate under some condition from ideal gas behavior. To what extent it can deviate can be explained by compressibility factor, which is denoted with letter Z. First, to understand how it explains, first we have to know what is compressibility factor, how it is defined. Mathematically, it is defined as the volume occupied by real gas by volume occupied by same quantity of ideal gas. So let us assume 1 mole of real gas we are taking, 1 mole of ideal gas. So since we are taking 1 mole, we call it as volume occupied by 1 mole of real gas, nothing but molar volume. Molar volume. Molar means 1 mole. Molar volume of real gas by molar volume of ideal gas. Vm, M subscript indicates molar, that means 1 mole. 1 mole. Here also we have to take same quantity, molar volume of ideal gas. So if I take 1 mole of ideal gas and 1 mole of a real gas, all the gases that we know are real gases, because they deviate from the ideal behavior under certain conditions of pressure and temperature. So all the gases that are known, we have to consider them as real gases because they deviate to some extent at least. So this is the definition. But 1 mole of ideal gas at STP occupies how much volume? 22.4 liters at STP. 1 mole of ideal gas occupies 22.4 liters at STP. So what I can write here itself, molar volume of real gas by 22.4 liters. Of course, you have to mention the condition. What is the condition at STP? That is how you can define. Or what is the other way of defining? Sorry. We take ideal gas equation, PVM ideal equal to nRT or equal to RT. Of course, if N is 1 mole. If N is 1 mole, that is understood. This is for N moles. So, Vm ideal gas equal to nRT by P, or simply RT by P if N equal to 1. So what I will do is, at different conditions of temperature, I can use this relation, I can substitute, I can replace this with that formula. I can replace this. So what I will get, Z equal to now molar volume of real gas to that of nRT by P, which is equal to So this is how we can define compressibility factor in different mathematical forms. Now, so experimentally they have studied Z versus P plots for various gases. Z versus P plot for various gases. Let us see what happens. Compressibility factor versus pressure of the gas. So this is one real gas, say N2, and this is some C1. So in general, we can draw like this. So there are actually three types. So the first line is this line parallel to x-axis. That means if I move from this point to this point, pressure increases. If I move from this point to this point, Z value increases. So if I move along x-axis, pressure will change, increases from left to right. If I move along y-axis, compressibility factor value increases. But for a gas, this line is parallel to x-axis. What is the meaning of parallel to x-axis? The compressibility factor of this gas is not changing, right, whether you increase the pressure or whether you decrease the pressure. The compressibility factor of this gas is constant. So this is found to be Z equal to 1, and this is for ideal gas. For hydrogen and helium, Z value is found to be always greater than 1. At any pressure, Z value is found to be always greater than 1. For other real gases, this is the nature of the curve. This is the nature of the curve, right? So let us try to understand these curves. Observations. Right. For an ideal gas, what is Z value is found to be? Z is found to be 1 always at any pressure. For hydrogen and helium, Z is found to be greater than 1 always at any pressure. For other real gases other than hydrogen, helium and ideal gas, what happens? Let us see. That means you are trying to study this curve now, blue color curve. Right. Now I am dividing this into different regions, different pressure regions, right. This region, very low pressure region. Now this one, low pressure region. Now this one, this area, moderate pressure region, and this one, high pressure region. So first one, at very low pressure region, that means that very near to this origin. So if you see this line, this is up, this is slightly below the red line, that means ideal gas. This is approximately equal to ideal gas, right. That means Z value is approximately equal to ideal gas. In this low pressure region, this Z value is approximately equal to 1. So in this region, Z value is found to be approximately equal to 1. What is the meaning of that? That is PVM real is approximately equal to RT, or molar volume of real gas is equal to 22.4 liters at STP. 22.4 liters at STP. Now at low pressure region, so what is the observation? You can see there is a dip of this curve, this area, the dip of the curve. Compared to Z equal to 1, the Z value is much below the red line. That means Z value is much less than 1. So at low pressure region, Z value is less than 1. At low pressure region, Z value is less than 1. So, I can express the same thing in different ways. PVM real less than RT, or molar volume of real gas is less than 22.4 liters, of course at STP. The dip of the curve indicates that Z value is much less than 1. When I come to this moderate pressure, this area, this Z line is approximately slightly less than red line, below the red line, slightly above the red line. Approximately in this region, we can take Z value is approximately equal to 1. So, at moderate pressure regions, Z is slightly equal to 1. So, same thing, PVM real approximately equal to RT. You can also write that one. When I come to high pressure region, the blue line is completely above the red line. That means Z is greater than 1. At high pressures, Z value is greater than 1. That is, PVM real is greater than RT. These are the observations for ideal gas, for hydrogen and helium, and for other real gases. So, from this what we can conclude is Z value may be greater than 1 or less than 1 for real gases. That depends upon the conditions. But for ideal gas, Z is always equal to 1. For hydrogen and helium, Z is always greater than 1. So, actually what happens here? Let us understand with respect to temperature also. Z versus P plot for a gas at different temperatures. At different temperatures. So far we have studied Z versus P plot at a given temperature for different gases. Now we are studying Z versus P plot for a gas at different temperature, for same gas but at different temperatures. So, first let us write, if it behaves ideally, what we expect? Z equal to 1. So, this is the plot Z versus P plot for a gas at different temperature, and T3 is greater than T2 greater than T1. With increase in temperature, see this line is deviating to greater extent compared to this line, So, which line is more near to Z equal to 1? The line that is present at T3, that is higher temperature. Next one, apart from this T3, if I compare T1, T2, T2 should be more closer compared to T1. So, the conclusion is, with increase in temperature, the extent of deviation is decreasing, or with increase in temperature, a real gas tends to behave like ideal gas. What could be the reason? So, let us come back to our basic understanding. If I take a ideal gas, in ideal gas there are no intermolecular forces of attraction, no intermolecular forces. But in the case of a real gas, In the case of a real gas, there are intermolecular forces of attraction. There are intermolecular forces of attraction. So, when I increase temperature, what happens? With increase in temperature, we know that average kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. So, average kinetic energy increases, which is equal to half mv square. Mass remains, let us assume, constant in the given container. Velocity of the gas molecules increases. With increase in velocity, the distance between the molecules increases. As the distance increases, what happens? The intermolecular forces of attraction decreases. Intermolecular forces is inversely proportional to distance between the particles. So, as the kinetic energy increases, velocity increases. With increase in temperature, kinetic energy increases. With increase in kinetic energy, velocity increases. As velocity increases, the molecule tend to move away from each other. Thermal energy is increasing, therefore they tend to move away from each other. That means distance between the molecules, right? They move away from each other, therefore intermolecular forces decreases. That means with increase in temperature, the intermolecular forces tends to be minimum, right? So, from higher intermolecular force to lower intermolecular force. With increase in temperature from T1 to T2, let us assume intermolecular forces is decreasing, right? So, if intermolecular forces are minimum, then they tend to behave like ideal gas, because in ideal gas there are no intermolecular forces of attraction. So, when you are trying to decrease the intermolecular forces, you are trying to minimize them, right, by moving away from each other, by making the molecules to move away from each other, then they tend to behave like ideal gas. So, that is what it tries to explain. With increase in temperature, the extent of deviation from ideal behavior decreases. That is, with increase in temperature, a real gas tends to behave like ideal gas. And the reason is, with increase in temperature, the molecules tends to move away from each other. Therefore, intermolecular forces becomes less and less, and hence tend to behave like ideal gas. So, that is the concept here. So, under what conditions of pressure and temperature a real gas tends to behave like ideal gas? So, what is the difference? It possesses intermolecular forces, it possesses no intermolecular forces. So, if the molecules are closer to each other, then there exist intermolecular forces of attraction. If the distance increases, if you make the molecules to move away from each other, then the intermolecular forces decreases. So, what I have to do? In order to make a real gas to behave like ideal gas, I have to decrease the intermolecular forces, I have to make the molecules to move away from each other. This can be done by increasing the temperature. If I increase the temperature, kinetic energy increases, the molecules move away from each other, intermolecular forces decreases. So, first one is by increasing temperature. Second one is by decreasing the pressure. If I decrease the pressure, volume will increase. So, if I decrease the pressure, volume increases. Thereby what happens? The distance between the molecules increases. If the distance between the molecules increases, intermolecular forces decreases, and hence a real gas tends to behave like ideal gas. So, when you decrease the pressure, volume increases. Increase in volume is nothing but it increases the space between the molecules, the distance between the molecules increases, the intermolecular forces decreases. As a result, the intermolecular forces decreases, hence it tends to behave, a real gas tends to behave like ideal gas. So, a real gas tends to behave like ideal gas when you increase the temperature or when you decrease the pressure. A real gas tends to behave like ideal gas at high temperature and low pressure. So the conclusion is you have to maintain high temperature and you can maintain low pressure. So the concept is we are trying to make the molecules to move away from each other. Let us do some problems on compressibility factor. Calculate the compressibility factor of SO2 if 1 mole of it occupy 0.35 liters at 300 Kelvin and 50 atmosphere. Okay, so let us try to write what is given. We are given SO2 gas, no problem with that. Number of moles is 1 mole, fine. And volume is also given, how much? 0.35 liters, and temperature is given as 300 Kelvin and pressure is given as 50 atm. You are supposed to find Z. So substituting in the formula, Z equal to PVM real by nRT. Substituting the values, 50 atm, right, and volume is 0.35 liters. 0.35 liters. Number of moles is 1 mole. R is 0.0821 liter atmosphere mole Kelvin. Temperature 300 Kelvin. So liter atmosphere mole Kelvin will be cancelled. So 50 into 0.35 by 0.0821 into 300, I think approximately you will get 0.711. Okay. Now Z is 0.711, that means Z is less than 1. If Z equal to 1, it is an ideal gas. In ideal gas there are no intermolecular forces. Since Z is less than 1, indicates that the gas possesses intermolecular forces. Therefore, it can be liquefied. So one way of understanding whether a gas can be liquefied or not is find Z value. If you get Z less than 1, it indicates that the gas possesses intermolecular forces because it is deviating from ideal gas. Why it is deviating? If there are intermolecular forces. Since it is Z value is less than 1, that the curve you will get below Z value less than 1, indicating that the gas possesses intermolecular forces. If it possesses intermolecular forces, then it can be liquefied. Suppose if I say Z is less than 1 and Z much less than 1, both gases can be liquefied. The one which is much less than 1 can be liquefied easily compared to this. That means in this gas the intermolecular forces of attraction are much higher than the intermolecular forces in this gas. If Z is much less than 1, then that gas can be easily liquefied because it has higher intermolecular forces, because it is deviating to greater extent compared to a gas which has Z less than 1. So if Z value is less than 1, then it is a real gas and it can be liquefied, and because the gas possesses intermolecular forces of attraction. Right. This is another important question. Which of the following V versus T plots represents the behavior of 1 mole of an ideal gas at 1 atmospheric pressure? Right, anyway. So V versus T, volume in liters, temperature in Kelvin, volume in liters, temperature in Kelvin. At this point this is the volume and temperature, at this point this is volume and temperature. So which graph represents ideal behavior? if it is an ideal gas, at any point, at any condition, Z must be equal to 1. So, I am going to find that Z value, because pressure is given. Let us take 1 mole of gas, then we can find Z value. By using this equation. At STP conditions, temperature 273 Kelvin, pressure 1 atmosphere. If it is 1 mole of gas, then V is 22.4 liters. So, if I substitute here, Z will be equal to 1. So, wherever you get this value 22.4 liters, 273, here and here. At this point, it is behaving like ideal gas, because Z is equal to 1. But we have to see the other point at the other end also, at other point also, right. Throughout this V versus T graph, it should behave ideally. So, if you see, the other temperature is 373, Let us find the volume of the gas at 373 Kelvin. So, same pressure they are maintaining. So, P equal to 1. I am taking 373 Kelvin, the other temperature in this graph. Number of moles 1. And I want to find V equal to how much if Z is 1. So, if Z is 1, what I will get? PV equal to nRT, or V equal to what I will get? nRT by P. I am substituting Z equal to 1 for ideal gas, because they are asking for only ideal behavior, represent the behavior of 1 mole of ideal gas. Substituting here, 1 mole R 0.0821 liter atmosphere mole Kelvin, temperature 373. At the second point, the temperature in all the graph is 373, so I am taking that. And pressure, it is mentioned that we have to use 1 atmosphere. So, what I will get? 1 into 0.0821 into 373. You have to get around 30.6. So, we will get around 30.6 liters. That means, along this line, that is equal to 1. That means, it shows ideal behavior. 5 molecules of a gas are moving with speeds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us assume this as U1, U2, U3, U4, U5 kilometers per second. What is their RMS speed? So, in the last class, we have studied that URMS equal to square root of U1 square plus U2 square plus U3 square plus U4 square. So, we have 5 molecules. I am taking 5 molecules by total number of molecules, that is 5. So, substituting the values here. So, U1 it is 1, so 1 square. U2 it is 2, that is 2 square, 3 square, 4 square and 5 square by total number of molecules 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 molecules you have, right. So, 5 square is 25, 4 square 16, 3 square 9, 2 square 4, 1, this is 10, 20, 25, 4, 55. So, this is square root of 55 by 5. So, your answer should be around square root of 11 kilometers per second. Right. Coming to the next one, the RMS velocity of hydrogen is root 7 times of the RMS velocity of nitrogen. We have two gases, hydrogen and nitrogen. The RMS velocity of hydrogen. So, let us write like this. RMS velocity of hydrogen is root 7 times of RMS velocity of nitrogen. Okay, fine. If T is the temperature of the gas, so you are asking to compare the temperatures of respective gases. So RMS velocity is proportional to square root of T by m, right. So let us take the ratio root RMS velocity of hydrogen to that of nitrogen equal to square root of temperature of hydrogen by molecular weight of hydrogen, temperature of nitrogen, molecular weight of nitrogen. So this is given as root 7. So replacing this with root 7. Temperature of hydrogen by molecular weight of hydrogen is 2. 2 into 1 is 2. Temperature of nitrogen, let us write like that. Right. Molecular weight of nitrogen is 28. Square root cancels. 7. Temperature of hydrogen, this is 14 by temperature of nitrogen. 7 1s are 7 2s are. So temperature of nitrogen is equal to 2 times of temperature of hydrogen. That means temperature of nitrogen is greater than temperature of hydrogen, or what I can write, the temperature of hydrogen is less than temperature of nitrogen. So I'll get option C. Right. Coming to the last one here, the compressibility factor of a gas is less than unity at STP. Hence, so Z value is less than 1. Therefore, volume occupied by real gas, volume occupied by molar volume of ideal gas is always 22.4 liters. Let us recollect the formula. Z equal to Vm real gas by Vm ideal gas. So it is clearly mentioned that at STP, so Vm real by 22.4 liters at STP. If Z is less than 1, so it indicates that Vm real gas should be less than 22.4 liters. If the numerator is less than 1, then only this Z value will be less than 1. Simple mathematical concept. So the answer should be B.
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.